Now let's start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class, man. We're going to get back into the We Are One. Talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are one nation. We are one people. And we think that we're so separate. But when you go into history and you look at the history, you'll see that we are more like each other than what we think. We went through the same struggles, just in different time frames and time periods. We've had the same things happen to us, and we have always had one common enemy. And that one common enemy ain't one another. The one common enemy is the oppressor, is his society, is his women, children, and definitely the men. So today we're going to talk about some of the black towns that have been destroyed. So we went into the things that happened with the native Indians. We went into things that happened with the Hispanic brothers and sisters and the Latino brothers and sisters. But now, we did one part on the massacres that happened to blacks. But you know what? This time we're going to talk about the black towns that were destroyed. Okay? Brother, go ahead and get into the segment. It says black towns destroyed. The first one should be the Tulsa race massacre. Yeah, you gotta scroll down a little bit right after the Seneca village. Go ahead.
This is Black Towns Destroyed. The Tulsa Race Massacre, a.k.a. Black Wall Street. The Tulsa Race Massacre was a violent white supremacist attack on the black community of Greenwood and Tulsa, Oklahoma, from May 31st to June 1st. In 1921, it devastated one of the nation's most prosperous African-American neighborhoods, known as Black Wall Street, and remains among the deadliest episodes of racial violence in U.S. history.
Keep going. It said structures that were destroyed. How many buildings and homes were destroyed in the Tulsa Race Massacre?
Structures destroyed: approximately 1,200 homes, 32 blocks burned. 35 blocks burned. Displaced residents approximately 10,000.
See, in the Bible, it tells you to never trust your enemy, right?
Right.
Because just as iron rust, so does what? His wickedness. See, iron rusting don't just happen quickly. It happens over time. What did your oppressors show you right here when it came down to your people? In the Tulsa Race Massacre, they saw that, you know what? You black people, y'all got one of the most prominent places. Y'all had homes, y'all had banks, y'all had your own. They always wanted to be segregated from us. But then once we started striving and thriving in a area, that was us. Just for our people, what did they have to come do? They had to come destroy it. They had to come take it. Because your enemy cannot see you thriving ever. Because if you're thriving, what does that mean for them? They're missing out. It's not about them. It's not about what they have. So what do they have to come do? Steal, kill, and destroy. You had something, brother?
Come, sir. They tell us to pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. But when we up, what do they have to do? They kick us back down every time. Because they want us dependent on them. Yep. Because our independence is a threat to their society.
Perfect. That's perfectly said. If you ever want to see them scared, start having your own independence. Like the world that we're living in right now, if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians decide to come together and segregate ourselves from these oppressors, they are going to start panicking because they're not going to know what's next. They've been building cities off of the backs of us for so long. What do you think that they'll do if we decided we're no longer working for them? We're no longer putting our money into their businesses. We're no longer buying their fashions and buying their inventions, and we go back to what our inventions was. Because a lot of these inventions that you see out here in this world was off the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And the NASA programs and a lot of things that's in NASA was from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That refrigerator that you got in your house to keep your food cold, where did that come from? Black people. The 12 tribes of Israel are what's keeping this world running right now. And your oppressor, you know what he's trying to do right now? He's just using what we already made and trying to make it better. But he can't. What you got, brother?
Salaki, so I was just gonna say what you brought out is heavy, because blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we revolutionized this whole world.
Yeah.
Every nation, every society upon the face of the earth uses our inventions.
Yep.
The AC, the stoplight, Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? You like countertops? We invented that.
Yep.
Bars, everything. This whole place, we did everything. And yet we get no credit. Yet they call us low IQ.
Yeah.
But they have came up with nothing. The only thing that came up was the patent office to steal our inventions.
That's exactly what it is, brother. Do you know that there was a black inventor named Garrett Morgan that invented the gas mask? The same gas mask that they use against us when they want to sit here and throw that pepper spray and them bombs out there and the mustard gas and all that. But you're using an invention that was invented by a black person. Those, like he said, the street lights, black person. See, y'all hate us so much, but y'all love what we create. But y'all hated those people because what? They were thriving in that work, in their own place. That you know what you had to do? Come and destroy it. Brother, I want you to keep reading. Once you go ahead and keep reading down more. What was the next part of it?
Come. Destruction and casualties. White rioters, many deputized and armed by officials, burned churches, schools, and businesses block by block.
They did what?
Many deputized and armed by officials burned churches, schools, and businesses block by block.
See, this is the craziest thing. See, it says in the Bible, y'all get that precept for me. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. See, in the Bible, it tells you about your oppressors, man. It tells you that your oppressors will do whatever they can to unalive you and take from you. And they're not going to hold themselves guilty. No, they're going to say, I'm not guilty. Because, you know, there was a key word that he said. And I want to know if y'all heard that word like I heard that word. It said white rioters that were what? Many deputized. See, these people were told that it's okay for them to do this. Oppressors giving more oppressors power to destroy and pillage and unalive blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. What you got, brother? Did you get that precept for me?
Khan, sir. Come on, Khan.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5 through 7. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
See, when the world is given unto the hands of your oppressors, they can slay you and hold themselves not guilty. They can sit here and take from you and nothing will be done to them because they're just following the will of their father, the government. And the government's father is what? The devil, the oppressor, the person who deceives, the person who takes, the person that unalives with no reason. That's what's happening here in this Tulsa race massacre. Keep reading. Go back to the Tulsa race massacre and keep reading what else happened. It already said that these white rioters were deputized and they were armed. So not only did you deputize them saying, you know what, it's okay for you to get this done, I'm going to arm you. I'm going to give you all the weapons that you need to destroy and do the job great. What you got, brother?
Salaki, sir, I've heard the word deputized before because this is a little known thing about what happened during the time of Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
Did you know that oppressors were armed and deputized to keep the refugees backed up in New Orleans?
Yeah.
So they couldn't leave. Yeah. And when they tried to leave, they blocked them on both sides. They would shoot them dead if they seen them.
Brother, do you know that right now there's new deputized people called ICE?
Good night.
Ain't ICE deputized?
They
Didn't they start wearing the shield and the badge and all that, saying that they were deputized to try to get all the illegal immigrants, right?
Right.
Question. So why they ain't aiming towards them Chinese people that's here without paperwork? If they're deputized to get illegal immigrants, why they ain't going for them East Indians that ain't got no paperwork? But they're deputized. Why they ain't going for them Pakistanians? Why they ain't going for those people that we all saw the video of all the people hanging on the airplane to try to make it and get out of their land and come over here, right? The same people you blame for 9/11, you sat here and sent the plane over there to go save them. But ICE ain't targeting them. You know what they need to do? They need to put a definition of deputized. Deputized need to be only towards the people of color, the 12 tribes of Israel, because that's the only time I see anybody that's deputized. They're targeting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're never targeting Chinese people or Africans. They're never targeting East Indian people. They're only targeting our people, the people that we sit here and we were raised to hate or raised to go against. Those are the only people that's being targeted right now. And we don't understand that we are one people. It's true what the Bible says. Right. That our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. And that lack of knowledge that we have for one another, the lack of knowledge to know that we are so connected, that the same thing that happened to the blacks happened to the Latinos and the Hispanics, and the same thing that happened to them happened to the Native Indians, and the same thing that happened to them happened to the Haitians and Jamaicans and the Colombians. If we would come together and start really getting this knowledge, we will understand why the Lord chose us to be a special people unto himself. And we will start seeing the curses that we are living because we are not following his laws, statutes, and commandments. His laws, statutes, and commandments were given unto us for wisdom. Those were our wisdom. That was our knowledge to be above everybody else. But what did we do with it? When we had the opportunity to hold on near and dear to it, what did we decide to do? Serve other gods, wood and stone that we never knew before. Because we started following these heathen nations, and these heathen nations knew as soon as we started following them, they got us. We no longer are protected by our God and our Father because we are not doing what he said do. And that's what we have to change. Our brothers is being massacred. They're being unalived at a mass rate. They're being locked in cages. And then you're looking at it in Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was bombed and rioters was armed, unaliving black women, black men, black children. For what? Because they had their own place where they wanted to love on one another and be segregated the way that y'all wanted us to be segregated at first. Until y'all saw us thriving. Go ahead, you grown. Keep reading.
Come. White rioters, many deputized and armed by officials, burned churches, schools, and businesses block by block. Airplanes were reported flying low and dropping incendiaries. National Guard units imposed martial law by June 1st, detaining over 6,000 black residents in makeshift camps. The American Red Cross provided emergency relief as the city and the state offered no aid to rebuild.
Do y'all understand what that just said? Do y'all understand what they decided to do to our black brothers and sisters and the children? Innocent people living in their own place, their own town, their own city, just having fun, thriving, were bombed. They said that they saw airplanes flying what? Flying low, dropping incendiary. You know what that is, right? Bombs. And it destroyed what? What all did it destroy?
Airplanes were reported flying low and dropping incendiaries. Burned churches, schools, and businesses.
Churches, schools, and businesses. We can't have our own businesses. Why? Because when you start a business, who wants to come take it? Shoot, you can't even go pray no more because what your oppressor wants to do what? Brother, the mass shootings that's been in churches, the mass unalivings that's been in churches, brother, it's crazy. But you want to know something? Here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we ain't got to deal with that. You want to know why? Because before you hit them doors, you get searched. You're not just coming up in here doing whatever you feel like it. See, the Lord is with us. But your oppressor looks for every opportunity. And see, this is why we don't allow them in here. Because you can never trust an oppressor. What you got, brother?
Salakin, if I may, one of my partners asked me, why ain't white people allowed in the school? You know what I'm saying? And I had to explain to him, have we not learned from Dylan Storm Roof? How every time we try to join together with these people, they abuse us. Being in America has been nothing but an abusive relationship to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. What do you have to do with that? You have to get out of there.
Right. That's the problem right here, man. We have to watch out for these type of people. We can't sit here and want to be hand in hand with these people because at the end of the day, though your hand join hand in hand with them, the sins of your oppressor, he still has to deal with the consequences. What you got, bro?
Salaki, so young man Mike checked in online, if I could.
Go ahead.
He said the Texas Rangers, which share the same name as the baseball organization, were created to terrorize black, Hispanic, and Native American in the region.
Brother, I appreciate that, brother, because that's what we've been talking about. Every time that we done sat here and brought up the different things that happened to the Hispanics, the Native Indians, it talked about the Texas Rangers. It talked about them. But see, we talking about not only the Texas Rangers, we're talking about just people that wasn't even, like, just talk about like Jimmy that's just coming off the street. Jimmy that was coming off the street because he hated you, got deputized and armed. This is what we're dealing with. You don't understand that your oppressors gang up on you because they see that, oh, we have one common enemy, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So if you hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians like I hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you can get deputized. That's how your oppressor sees it. If you go against your own, the oppressor would deputize you. I'm surprised that the Hispanic sister that went on social media and said what she said, I'm surprised that sister ain't a part of ICE now. I'm surprised that they ain't deputized her and put her with ICE. I told you, I already know what you about to say. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Didn't they just find her drunk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that wasn't nothing but the Lord.
Hey, brother, you know you gotta watch what you say, and watch how you treat the 12 tribes of Israel, because the Lord is still with us, and the Lord still protects us, but He wants us to come back and follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. Is that it on that, you're growing?
Concert for that part.
Go to the cover up.
Come.
Right.
Cover up and rediscovery.
Mm-hmm.
Officials suppressed records, and the massacre faded from public history for decades.
It did what?
And the massacre faded from public history for decades.
Because your oppressors decide to suppress the records. Ain't that what's happening right now? Didn't Donald Trump decide that he was going to suppress some of the records and take some of the medals and awards that was given to black soldiers? Didn't Donald Trump decide that he wanted to do those? Did he want to do that? You see, the Bible says there ain't nothing new under the sun. The wickedness of your oppressor is showing itself again. It happened back then, and it's happening right now. So go ahead and keep reading. So they suppressed the records, and they also did what?
The massacre faded from public history for decades. Documents and newspaper reports vanished, and insurance claims by black victims were denied.
Understand this. Ain't that the same thing that happens right now? Do you know how many people from Katrina didn't never get the money that they were supposed to get? Do you know how many people that houses have flooded through these different hurricanes that we done had over the years? You know how many people were denied? But the people that were in the higher places ended up getting their money? Them insurance claims got pushed through pretty quickly. And these are the things that we deal with. It happened then, and it's happening now. Just like the news. How many times do you see that an unarmed black, Hispanic, or Native Indian will gun down on the news? Do y'all see that on the news, or do y'all see that on social media first? Because I know when you watch the news, I don't see it like that. The news, they pick and choose what they post on that news channel. You'll see it on social media because people are sharing the traumas now. Now, if somebody's recording stuff, they recording on live, or they're seeing it, so they're getting it. But look, back in the day, they could suppress all this thing. The news will only show what they want the news to show. And this is what we deal with. We deal with whatever they want us to see. Whatever they want us to see and deal with, that's what they show. That's what they bring to the forefront of your mind. What you got?
So, like, if I may, just imagine what we do not see. Just imagine the atrocities that occurred that were not recorded.
Like, what happened to the war? Exactly. We could go about any of the wars. What happened to the wars? You know, U.S., we was at war, right? They said it was the start, right? What happened? Do y'all hear about it in the news? Do y'all hear about anything going on right now? So it just we went from being at war to radio silent. Nothing brewing. Nothing's in the background. We ain't hearing about no ships being there, or we ain't hearing about the treaties or things being. What you got?
So like I said, I don't even hear them talking about the files no more.
No, you want to see them files ain't talked about no more. So now all of a sudden we done with the war. It's just like Big Brother and Little Brother had a conversation. Hey man, they talking about these files. Hey bro, hey, I'ma slap you. Then you gonna slap me. Then we gonna keep going back and forth until they worried about that. And then when they worried about breaking us up, then we gonna shift that to the background. Do y'all not see how these oppressors is playing these dirty games? Like they'll suppress whatever they want to suppress.
Right.
But they'll bring to the forefront anything that you do. So this is why we have to be careful. This is why we have to be more strategic in the things that we do and following the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. So that way, when the oppressor want to bring anything to light, it ain't nothing for him to sit here and gossip about. Go ahead and keep going, brother.
Come. Study did not begin until the 1990s, culminating in the 2000 State Commission report. That
Hold on. I want you to understand what you just said. Serious studies did not begin until the 1990s. Like, this was done in 1921, and studies were not even started until what?
60 years later.
Right. You don't see the problem with that? Keep going.
Come. Culminating in the 2000 State Commission report that confirmed official complicity and estimated 100 to 300 deaths. Excavations of suspected mass graves continue under the city of Tulsa supervision.
All these things that just happened to these people, and you telling me the studies wasn't even starting to be seriously done until what, 60 years later? And not only that, it said what? It says accumulating in the 2001 State Commission report that confirmed official complicity and estimates into 100 to 300 deaths. But then, if you looked up, it said the displaced residents was up to 10,000. What you got?
So, like, if I may just add on to what you're saying, they are still finding bodies till this day.
To this day. Deontay Wilder status. To this day. They still finding bodies. All these people were buried under the rubble. All these people were buried under things. And then you're telling us, oh, forget about it. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It was just a little massacre. Forget about it. But 9/11, do you forget about 9/11? Do you forget? Do you forget, brother? Do you forget? Never forget. You never forget. Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, never forget the atrocities that your oppressor has done against you.
Right.
Never forget the trauma and the hurt and the pain and the agony of your people that were destroyed by these oppressors. See, you forgetting these things is the reason why your oppressor can give you drugs. Is the reason why your oppressors can tell you to love them and you actually do it. You forgetting these things is the reason why we are still in hell. We know hell is a condition. But we're still in a lower state because we are trusting people that never deserved our trust. These same people that unalived your ancestors to the point where you still are finding bodies and bones. If they go back to that, I'm telling you, if they go back to that land and actually dig deep and try to dig it up, you know what they'll find? They'll find over 300 people that's down there. You know, they want to estimate between 100 and 300. Nah. Go really go see. And don't try to suppress the count that you find. Is that it on that, brother?
Come, sir.
Let's go to the next one. That's just one of the many cities that was destroyed. The many towns that were destroyed. Salaki. Go ahead, go to the next one, brother.
Con. This is the Rosewood Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
The Rosewood Massacre was a racially motivated attack in January 1920 on the predominantly African-American town of Rosewood, Florida. White mobs destroyed nearly every building and killed several residents after a false accusation that a black man had assaulted a white woman in a nearby Sumner.
Brother, you got to watch out for them white tears. Our people got to watch out for them white tears, see. You saying that a massacre occurred because a woman falsely accused someone of doing something. A brother of color was falsely accused by a Caucasian woman, and a massacre happened behind it. You see what these white tears will do? But they don't care about our tears. They don't care about our people because at the end of the day, it's about them. So the Rosewood Massacre started behind an accusation. What you got?
If I may add, this is also in the 1920s. 2 years after what happened in Tulsa.
Yeah. Brother, keep going.
Come. White mobs destroyed nearly every building and killed several residents after a false accusation that a black man had assaulted a white woman in a nearby Sumner.
Man, it seemed like they gangsters. You know how they always try to say we're thugs and we're gangsters, right?
They chimping out.
We're chimping out. That's what they try to call us, right? It seems like they're chimping out. See, the thing about it is you want to say, oh, they're gangsters, they're thugs and all that. It seems like y'all are real thugs. And we're not saying thugs in a way that people want to say, oh, this is the good thing of being a thug. No. Y'all had mobs come through hurting innocent people. See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we try to protect our people. If you see mobs coming down, it's because what? It's a situation arising. But because this lady said something happened, then what happened? They had white mobs do what?
Destroyed nearly every building and killed several residents after a false accusation.
After a what?
False accusation.
So this wasn't even something that was actually proven, but it was something that was falsely said, right? A false accusation, something that was not proven to be true. They destroyed all them homes, unalived people, and did everything that they could. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you know anything about Rosewood, Rosewood was a successful black city.
It was a what?
Successful black city. With flourishing businesses.
Brother.
We loved each other and low violence.
Brother, see, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. When it comes down to it, all these things are happening to thriving towns and cities. You don't see the play? Everywhere that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were thriving in. See, these were the places that they had to come and do their thing at. That's where just so happened these are the places that had to be destroyed. Right? What you got? Go ahead, you girl. Keep reading.
Okay. The event erased the town and remained largely hidden from U.S. history for decades.
Keep going.
The 1923 violence.
Mm-hmm.
The crisis began January 1st when Fannie Taylor of Sumner claimed an unnamed black man had assaulted her without evidence. Mobs.
That a what?
A unnamed black man had assaulted her.
Okay. And you know what? See, a lot of times we don't call out the people for their crimes. What was that lady name again?
Fannie Taylor.
See, the ancestors and the people that is associated with that lady, it's your fault. We should not want to deal with nobody like that. She sat here and lied on a black man and caused a whole massacre. Why wasn't she put in jail? Why wasn't she unalived like our people were unalived? Why did nothing happen? Because it goes right back to the scripture. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That oppressor sat here and caused a massacre. And you know what? She was held not guilty. Keep going.
Come. Without evidence, mobs, some drawn from a KKK rally.
From a what rally?
From a KKK rally.
Mm-hmm.
Blamed and recently escaped black blame a recently escaped black prisoner and search Rosewood.
Without evidence.
Without evidence.
Without evidence, they just blamed the black prisoner that got out. They just blamed. They didn't even know if the dude actually did it or not. They said it was an unnamed black man. And they found out that they escaped prison. So it had to be him. So what did they do? The white mobs from the KKK rally, what did they do? Go ahead, read.
Blamed a recently escaped black prisoner and searched Rosewood.
Keep going.
Over the next week, white vigilantes lynched residents Sam Carter and members of the Carrier family, burned homes, and shot people fleeing the fires.
So you telling me you don't know who you looking for. So you know what you decide to do? Go into people's homes, drag them out, lynch them, set a blaze of fire to their home, and when they're running, trying to get to safety, oh, you shooting them down. And they call us thugs? They call us hooligans? They're the real hooligans. They're the real thugs. They're sitting here unaliving our people based off of an accusation with no evidence. Keep reading.
Come. By January 7th, the town was razed. Its black population dispersed forever.
Brother, understand. It said it was raised. See, it wasn't raised up. It wasn't raised up to be better. No, this word, the definition of that word raised means to be hewed down, right, to be destroyed. All because somebody lied. We don't see a problem with that. But you want to be hand in hand with these people. You want to live in their society. You want to be just like them. Why? You don't think that this is the same thing that could happen right now? You don't think somebody else could lie and say that something happened and we deal with another Rosewood massacre? Go ahead.
So like you said, they do lie. I mean, you see what happened with that brother that played, what's his name, in Marvel. What's that brother name? Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
He's a prime example. She lied on him, chased him down the block. He ran from her, and yet was still found guilty.
Brother, one of these days, our people are going to sit here and see this. And we're going to see what it is. And we're going to stop loving the oppressor and really love ourselves enough to, what? Depart away from them. See, we have been so trained and conditioned to love these people to the point where they can do no wrong against us and we turn our backs on them. They can't do no wrong. In the society, in the world that we live in, we've been trained by these churches to love our oppressors to the point of death. What you got?
If I may, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Yep.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Brother, do you not understand that they are showing themselves? It's being revealed. See, but you know what? Our people don't see it as it being revealed. They don't see the falling away. They don't see none of those things that the Bible is talking about. It said, be not deceived. What? What else did it say, you grown? It said, be not deceived.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you by any means. See, we have a keen eye when it comes down to our own people when we having conversations, man.
Right.
A black person can't tell you anything and you gonna believe it. But you so let that oppressor tell you anything and you just cleave on to it.
Right.
The Bible told you, be not deceived. But you know what you do every single time that you love and cleave onto your oppressor? You're being deceived. Oh, but there's some good white people out here. There's some good oppressors. No, do you understand? They're oppressors. Oh, there's some good Chinese people out here. No. Let Kim Jong-un and all them and Sung Hong and all them, let them get mad at one of your women up in that beauty supply, taking too long to look at her hair that she want to get from the beauty supply and watch them and how they act towards her. Let you be on the phone too loud at a nail salon and watch all of a sudden how that little Asian or Vietnamese lady cutting to your cuticle a little too hard. Let you be $1 short on your pay that you got to pay them out and watch them lock the doors and beat you senseless. We got to understand this. The Lord is showing you who the oppressor really is. Back then, and he's giving you the knowledge right now. You got to decide to listen to the Lord. Let's go on to the next one.
Come. This is the Elaine Massacre. The Elaine Massacre was a racially motivated mass killing that took place from September 30th to October 7th, 1919, around in Elaine, Arkansas. It was one of the deadliest incidents of racial violence in U.S. history, with estimates of black deaths ranging from 100 to more than 500. The attack reflected deep racial and economic tensions in the Jim Crow Delta and led to a landmark U.S. Supreme Court ruling on due process.
Keep going. The violence. What was the violence like?
The violence. Over the following week, white mobs and about 500 U.S. soldiers dispatched by Governor Charles Braw swept the country. They hunted black residents in fields, homes, and swamps, indiscriminately killing men, women, and children, while only a handful of white men died. Hundreds of African Americans were murdered or jailed. Approximately 122 people were indicted. 12 were swiftly sentenced to death.
So in the Lane massacre, again, it was a racially motivated. It was racially motivated. A racially motivated attack against blacks. They went so deep into it that they went to the swamps to try to find you. They said we gotta find these Negroes any way, shape, form, or fashion. Go to their homes, go to their churches, go to the businesses, go to the swamps. Brother, didn't they say that though that they were cunning hunters, the oppressor?
Right, sir.
They gonna find a way to get you. But we don't understand that who we dealing with and the things that they are trying to do against us. This massacre that happened right here, it wasn't because of anything that really caused for it. It was just a racially motivated man hunt, woman hunt. I want to get these people out the way. I want to cut down their lineage and their bloodlines for nothing at all. What if we were like them? Do you know what would happen? And this is why we don't never sit here and tell black people or Hispanics or Native Indians, turn on the oppressor and start trying to do the same things that they did to you, to them. Because you know what would happen if we were trying to do that? They would call the National Guard. They called the National Guard on us in Houston just because we had a George Floyd march for George Floyd. They had the National Guard down here, all with riot gear, waiting for something to happen. Just think if we were just, what if the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were deputized to go after the oppressor? Your oppressor wouldn't know what to do. They will call us. See, this is one thing that I always ask blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that sit here and tell me that nobody is, like, everybody's not bad. Everybody's not. Okay, I have a question. If you asked a white person, a Caucasian person, if these things happened to them and their ancestors, would you still trust these people that did these crimes against your people? When I've asked, it was no. I wouldn't be, what? Why would I talk to them knowing what they did to my people? So you telling me an oppressor has more sense than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? I think not. But they care about their people more than we care about ours. And that's the problem. We don't care about our people enough to sit here and be like, you know what? The hell we're trying to be with them. Because at the end of the day, what they did to our people will never be forgotten.
Right.
What they did to our people, there's not enough sorries and reparations to cover the things that y'all did to our people. Brother, ain't enough boot kisses in the world. I don't care if we get 25 boot kisses in one day. It's still not enough, brother,
Right.
to cover all the lynchings and unalivings that y'all did. Of course they still doing this shit. You want to know why? because they hold themselves not guilty to the crimes that they commit against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They can lynch our people. They can hurt our people. They can wrongfully arrest our people, and nothing is done to them because the government is backing them. It happened then, and it's happening now. When are you going to see the play, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? When are we going to say enough is enough? You know what? We can go back to segregation. We can separate ourselves from them. We can build our own cities, build our own towns. You can build a wall. You can do whatever you need to do, but we don't have to give our money to them. What you have, brother?
Salaka, sir. This is a slight sidebar, but I can't stand the fact that through everything you bringing out now, knowing this all happened to us, a black man would still lay down with a white woman.
Brother, you know, I didn't even want to think about that part. You want to know why? I seen on social media, and this is probably the thing that's gonna hurt me the most. This is gonna cut me the most right now. All right, there was a brother in Austin, Texas. You know that's my city, right? All right, this brother was with a Caucasian lady, right? And they were walking down 6th Street. Somebody pulled the brother over and be like, "Man, hey brother, how you gonna be that? How you gonna go against your race like that? What if her ancestors enslaved your ancestors?" And you know what the brother had the nerve to say? "That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what happened back then. I don't care." So brother, you gonna still sit here and lay with this devil? He was like, "Shoot, is what it is." And then they panned over to her face, and she was like, "Hey, brother, let me tell you something." And that's the craziest thing right there. All these things is being said, and you know what? On social media, the people that's going to watch this class, there's going to be some people that agree with it, and there's going to be some people that tell us that we're crazy for even talking about it. There's going to be some people that's going to tell us, "Why don't you let this go? Why are we still talking about this? It was just so long ago." But see, the thing about it is, do y'all ever let go of the Holocaust? Do y'all let go of that? 9/11 was how long ago? Do y'all let go of 9/11? Oh, they still got a Memorial Day. Didn't they just celebrate that yesterday? That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, brother.
So, like, if I may, I mean, if that's the case, so what your son died in Afghanistan? So what your son died in Iraq?
Yeah.
It happened 20 years ago. Get over it.
Yeah.
Pull yourself up out of bootstraps.
That's what they need to do. That's what needs to happen. The same way blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians need to pull ourselves up out of bootstraps. All these Caucasian tears and all these holidays that's given and all these memorials and all this, pull yourself up out of bootstraps. Stop crying about these things. Stop having people blow the horn. No. Pull yourself up out of bootstraps. Act like it never happened. Like the same way you want us to act like none of this ever happened. Act like, you know what? You want to know what the craziest thing is? I wish that some of the things that happened to our ancestors happened to them. I want to know how they would feel if one of their ancestors were hung and lynched over a pit of wood that was stacked up like a teepee and set ablaze, and as everybody else watched him be set on fire as he's screaming, "No, no!" And you hear his skin popping like fireworks. Because that's what happened to our people. What would you do if it happened to yours? That's why I want to know for the Caucasian, for our oppressor, for the people that tell us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and forget about what happened through slavery because it happened so long ago. What if that happened to your people? What if your people were unalive for selling loose cigarettes? What if your people were unalive for having an iced tea and some Skittles? What if your people were unalive because you had a boiling pan of hot water on the stove, and because it dropped and because you were moving too quickly, somebody popped you dead in your head, and now you sitting here gone? What if that happened to your family and somebody told you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and keep going? How would you feel? This is why our oppressor could never tell me how to feel. He could never tell me how to move forward. His sorries and his apologies don't matter. It ain't enough of them. Because at the end of the day, it's just words. We're seeing your actions right here. Through all these massacres, we're seeing your actions, and your words are saying sorry, but your body language, your actions is showing that you just don't give a damn. Is that it on that massacre? You had something?
Yeah, Con, sir. I
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to go back to what you said. What if it happened to them? I mean, they couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? They can't go through the same pressure we go through. They fold under the pressure of and not being able to pay the light bill. They unalive their whole family behind that.
Brother, do you know that there were so many people that jumped off the building through the Great Depression?
What was it called? The stock market crash. What they did?
The Great Depression.
2000, early 2000.
Man, what was it called in the early 2000s when the stock market crashed and everybody hopped off the building? Talking about they couldn't take it no more. They just started flying off the building. Brother,
I don't even remember.
I cannot remember what they called it. Yeah.
Hey man, you lose your job.
If blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we lose our job. We putting in job applications. We're gonna be around here like, say fam, you don't know nobody that hiring right now, man? Yeah, these people tripping, man. I done lost my job. And you don't see us going around here hopping off a building. Bro. That's what I'm saying. The oppressor, see, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. Look, man, you know it, brother. Man, we need a lot of them to be like Trevor off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Man, Salakia. Salakia. Hey, brother. But this is the thing, man. As a people, we gotta have to change. We gotta choose us over everybody else, man.
Right.
We gotta love one another enough to say, you know what? I'm here for my black, Hispanic, and Native Indians.
That's right.
They're my brothers. They're my sisters. They're my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Right.
And when they say, who are Israelites? See, those Israelites, y'all have to learn how to love. We have to learn how to love one another better than what we're doing right now. The oppressor loves other oppressors more than they care about us. And they're showing it. That's why they're thriving right now. They're thriving because they know who to hate and who to love. We're at the bottom because we don't know who to hate and who to love. We are being destroyed because we have a lack of knowledge when it comes down to dealing with these people. And we need a change. Let's go on to the next one, brother.
Come. The Wilmington Massacre of 1898. The Wilmington massacre of 1898, also known as the Wilmington coup, was a violent overthrow of elected biracial government in Wilmington, North Carolina. It stands as the only successful coup. I don't know how to pronounce it. Detot in the United States history marked a turning point in post-Reconstruction racial politics in the South.
Keep going.
The coup and violence, white supremacist Democrats led a former Confederate Colonel Alfred Moore Waddell organized a campaign of intimidation, propaganda, and paramilitary mobilization on November 10th, 1898. Armed white mobs attacked black neighborhoods, burned the Daily Record of a black-owned newspaper edited by Alexander Manley, and killed scores of African Americans. They forced elected officials to resign at gunpoint and installed Waddell as mayor.
See, this is the craziest thing, right? They tell us to go out and vote. They tell us, oh, you know what? Y'all could be politicians. But when they had one, they had a whole massacre behind it. That Wilmington massacre was because they had a black politician in office. And you know what they wanted? They wanted him out of office. So you know what they decided to do? I'm going to unalive people. I'm going to burn down houses. I'm going to have you at gunpoint until you say that you no longer want to be an official. You are going to resign one way or another. Resign because we're going to either unalive you or resign and go into a burning building because we're still going to burn down these buildings and unalive your people. Do you see how dirty they play? Do you see how dirty these people are? You don't think these oppressors have tricks up their sleeves to further hurt blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? We have to watch out for these people. We got to understand that these people are trying to intimidate us. And still to this day, they want to intimidate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is why we have to come back to following these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
It's so important, man. Is there any more on that?
Sir. Political impact. The coup dismantled Wilmington's multiracial government and ushered in an era of Jim Crow disenfranchisement across North Carolina. It became a model for white supremacist redemption movements throughout the South, effectively ending black political participation for decades.
Brother,
I thought they even mattered.
Yeah, exactly. Brother, go to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 25. Wait, hold on. Let me see. No. I didn't want that one. Let me see. Go to the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 22. Salakia. That's the one I was looking for.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 22.
This is something that us as the 12 tribes of Israel, we got to understand this. This is how we learn how to deal with the oppressor. This is how we win against the destruction and all the things that's caused by our oppressors. We have to learn how to do these things right here.
Come, this is the book of Exodus chapter 23, verse 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies.
See, right here, the Lord just wants us to listen to him. The Lord just wants us to come back to following the law, statutes, and commandments. If we would come back to following the law, statutes, and commandments, he said that he will be a what?
An enemy unto thine enemies.
Keep going.
An adversary unto thine adversaries.
If we would come back to following these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Lord will be an enemy unto our enemies. You won't have to worry about your oppressors anymore because the Lord will start dealing with your oppressor. You don't have to worry about people taking advantage of you because the Lord will be your protection and your guidance, and he will put you in a place where you are very secure. It said that it'll be your enemy unto your enemies. He will become your strength, your guidance, and your protection. But it says for you to first do what?
If thou shalt indeed obey his voice.
You have to obey the Lord. You can't sit here and be prideful. You can't sit here and feel like you can do whatever you feel like. It says it all the time. Hold on, let me see. Hey, y'all find that precept for me where it says you can't drink of the cup of devils. Let me see. Let me find that. Go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. Go there for me real quick.
Come. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
You can't do what?
Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
Understand this, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have to choose. We have to choose who we are going to serve because you can't serve two masters. It says that in the Bible, you're going to love one and hate the other. But in this scripture, it's telling you, you cannot drink of the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devil. See, you got to watch what you sit here and put yourself into. See, back in the day, they had massacres and they had racial attacks against our ancestors. But right now, you know what they are doing? They're attacking us through music. They're attacking us through social media. They're attacking us through the school system. They're attacking us through prison systems. They're attacking us in so many different ways that it's no longer the blatant way that they were doing against our ancestors. You got to be careful because these drugs that they have and that's hidden behind these parties that they're throwing, you got to understand that these things, if you're not careful, will have you drinking from the cup of devils. And it just said, ye cannot drink of the cup of the Lord and devils. What else did it say after that?
Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
Understand this. Go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Understand this, man. See, that cup that you're drinking from is the cup of this world when you're drinking of the cup from the devil. The world just seems so enticing. The things that are in this world just seems so good. It seems like, oh, that's the way to go. But your God Told you, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. What else did he say?
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Why would the Bible say the love of the Father is not in you if you love the world? You know what that says to me? It says something's wrong with this world that we're living in right here, right now. And I can show you in the Bible when it says it. You want to know why? Let's go here. Go to Job chapter 9, verse 24.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. If I be wicked when thy labor.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Also, like it's 29. Verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into who?
The hand of the wicked.
Keep going.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Understand
this, the earth. See, right now, the world that we're living in, the world that the Bible says, love not the world, neither the things that are in this world. Go back to 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. It's saying that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world.
The Most High God doesn't want us to love the world because the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked because we did not follow the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
So this world that you are sitting here loving is not of the Lord. It is of a wicked bastard. So love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Keep going.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
If you are choosing the things that are of this world, then you're not choosing your Father. And this is why we keep being unalive. This is the reason why we keep being sent to jail, doing football numbers. We all heard about what happened with them young boys that unalive Coolio Fulio. You know what they just said about them? They all caught life without parole. Yeah. Sweat equity. You know what that means? They are going back to slavery. What they said through sweat equity. You did y'all not hear what they said? He said, do you think that the state can get back what they need from these guys? And he said, yeah, we can get a lot of sweat equity from them. So they saying, in other words, they're going to work them until they die because they're going to be in jail for the rest of their life because they were out here loving the world to the point where they wanted to be hop out boys and unalive one of their brothers. Love not the world, neither the things that are in this world. This world has a lot of snares and traps. This world has a lot of things that look good in front of your face, but inwardly, it's nothing but a trap. It's nothing but something that's just going to get you unalive later on, or taken away from your family, having your loved ones cry and want to see you and long for you, but their hands will never be able to touch you. Keep reading. What else does it say?
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Keep going.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The lust of what?
Of the flesh.
See, what's some lustful things that you do with your flesh? Brother, you got any? You can name, can anybody name like 2, maybe 3 things? The lust of your flesh. What's some lustful things through your flesh? Go ahead, brother.
Salaki, sir. Unlawful food and unlawful, I'm going to say fornication as well.
Okay. Eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Fornication. These are lustful acts from your flesh. What else? Keep reading. What else is it?
Come. And the lust of the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and the pride of life.
The what?
Pride of life.
Understand this. You got to watch out for that word. You got to watch out for that pride of life. Because the Bible speaks about pride as well. Hello. Yeah, brother. You know, a lot of people say YOLO until they understand that YOLO is one of the things that'll have you in a very messed up position. Right. Because go to the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha chapter 10, verse 12. See, it's about that pride of life, right? Everybody always, you only got one life to live. You're going to live it how you live it to the fullest and all this thing. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Because when you start doing that pride of life and start feeling like you have control instead of you following what your Father has for you, that pride of life becomes your jail sentence.
Right.
That pride of life becomes your unaliving. Because you know something about that pride, that word pride? Go ahead and read, brother.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
The beginning of pride is when one does what?
Departeth from God.
Keep going.
And his heart is turned away from his maker.
See, understand this. That pride of life has you departing from your God. The one that sat here and gave you life, you're departing from him. You're turning your back on him. The same person that you're sitting here asking to help make it where you don't be poor. You know, everybody say that prayer, Lord, if you just help me make it through. If you help me see it through, Lord, you know, I'll change my life. See, but that pride you had, that pride showed the Lord that you would depart from him. You would turn your back on him. Because when everything was good based off of your pride, you departed from him. You departed from the Lord. Go down to the next verse. What does it say next?
Come, verse 13.
Yeah.
For pride is the beginning of sin.
Because pride is what?
Is the beginning of sin.
See, that pride of life, when it says love not the world, neither the things that are in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of our eyes, and the pride of life, see, that's when you depart from God. And then you start doing what? Sinning. Because pride is the beginning of sin. See, when you become prideful, then you start sinning. Then you start doing whatever you feel like doing because you no longer care to follow your Father. Then you start saying, oh, well, you can eat pork. You can do these things. You can sit here. Oh, it's okay for me to have multiple husbands. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, it's okay for me to sleep with my homeboy's girl. No, it's not. Oh, it is okay for me to be Mr. Steal Your Girl. No, it's not, brother. No, it's not. You need to leave that woman alone, brother. And you wonder why you slept with a married man, a married man's wife. You slept with this woman. She's married to a man. You slept with her, and now her husband's coming with the shotgun to come and blow your head off. You wonder why it happens like that. You wonder why that married man crashed out behind his wife when you had no business even talking to her or looking at her in a lustful way. We got to stop being so prideful, and we got to start listening to our Father. Because the book of Exodus told you, if you were indeed listening to the voice of the Lord thy God, if you would sit here and do what he told you to do, then he'll be an enemy unto your enemy, an adversary unto your adversaries. The Lord cannot sit here and correct the things that need to be corrected in this world if we are too busy loving this world. And with that, we're going to say imagine, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahal Ba Shem Yahweh Brakatah, Yak Matah, Saul, which means to face the sister. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Atah Ba Shem Yahweh Shah. Yak Matah, class dismissed.